morning, good morning, good morning. I ain't trying to act like I just rolled out the bed. I've been up for about 45 minutes. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So this is heavy on me this morning. This is heavy. This part is heavy. The part about entrepreneurship that no one wants to talk about. Well, I don't want to talk about it because it makes you look weak. You know, people get into it and, start getting in your head. That's why you should give up. Don't get a job. Part about entrepreneurship is withstanding the tough times. People still think that you should have some PPP money. If you got some PPP money, you got all that PPP money. It's the times in business when the money is low. And look, that's why I tell people all the time, this entrepreneurship journey ain't for the faint of heart. This entrepreneurship journey is not for the weak. You can be up, and when it's up, it's up. You can be up, but you make too many mistakes, or you don't plan appropriately, the money can run out and you can be down. Straight up. Nobody don't like talking about this part of entrepreneurship. But this is the part of entrepreneurship I believe is the most important part about entrepreneurship. It's the resilience. It's the avoiding the depression. And you might have some bad days. Look, I don't believe that Jeff Bezos don't go around sometimes. Jeff Bezos, the former founder and CEO, the founder of Amazon, former CEO. I don't think that just because he's the richest man in the world that he's sweet. I don't think that Mark Zuckerberg or Robert Johnson or every day that Jay-Z and LeBron, I don't think that every day is sweet just because they got bread. They still have challenges in business. You still, and then we, because I ain't no bigger than you. I am you. We are small entrepreneurs, small business owners. You don't think it's going to get tough? What do you do when it gets tough? How do you see through when the money low? It's easy to keep that same energy when the money in, when it's popping, when things is going well, when you got more business than you can handle. You complain, I got so much business. What do you do when the business is slow financially, right? Who is in your corner when things is tough? Do you sit by yourself and sulk in the corner with your arms wrapped around your legs and you rocking back and forth like, oh, but Lord, how I'm gonna do it? Or are you more like doubling down on your efforts, fine tuning the sales pitch, working the plan, putting things into place? See, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for y'all. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. When I talk to you about taking you on this journey, that's taking you on every aspect of this journey. And it is a journey, not a race. It damn sure ain't even a marathon. A journey. This is lifelong. And this work of changing generational curses exceeds my physical presence here on earth. This is lifelong work. So the part that they don't tell you about entrepreneurship, nobody likes to talk about, is when it ain't popping. When it ain't popping. And my question to you, for you to think about, if you're a serious entrepreneur, what are you going to do to keep yourself motivated? And I'll give you some of the answers about what I do, right? Stay prayed up. I stay prayed up, number one, first and foremost. I still got to put in the work, okay? You got to put in the work. What does that mean, put in the work? Like, don't just work to be busy, right? Like, I'm refining, constantly thinking about how my business processes are. You know, what's my brand messaging? Who am I talking to? And better understanding the parts of my business that need support and getting that education. Join an accelerator. Get with the SBA SCORE program. Get a mentor. Hopefully you have somebody in your circle that you can vent to when you need to. I'm not even about to, this ain't about therapy at this point. We're not talking about therapy per se, but like, what, straight up, what do you do when you can't pay the rent? Is there anybody in your circle? Is there any, man, I need to wash my face. Is there anybody in your circle that can hold you down when you need gas money, right? And so those are like, and if you don't have them, if you don't have those things, then I will say to you, stay cool. Like, keep your composure. One of the mistakes that I made in my past is I would and I've been in this situation before where the money low in business. You don't have, look, the people who got that job, hats off to you, man, because you got that paycheck. As long as you do what you're supposed to do, that paycheck coming every 2 weeks. So you may not have this problem. I'm talking about, I mean, you're doing everything you can, but just a shift has been made in the climate. Your clients ain't paying like that, right? What I've done in the past, which is a mistake, and I don't want anybody to do that, is I've called clients damn near begging. Is there anything you could do to get this invoice paid? It's like, straight up, like, you don't want that. You don't want that. You wouldn't even really appreciate your customers coming to you, or your service providers coming to you damn near begging you for the business. Like, because now at that point, you're not thinking about their needs or the quality of service that they provide. You no longer thinking about your customers. At this point, you're just thinking about yourself. And it comes off that way. And I say this all the time, if you're doing it just for the money, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. If you're doing it just for the money, you're doing it for the wrong reason. You might be saying, well, Stu, you talking about you need gas money, you need to pay the rent, you need to eat, you need to pay that cell phone bill, you need to pay that internet bill, you need, and the customers ain't paying, then you gonna get on them and get them to pay. The right way to do it is to double down on your unique selling proposition. I know that's so textbook, but it's the truth. Like, what's the benefit? What are you solving for the customer? So what I know now that I didn't know then, that I can apply now, is really understanding what's the pain point, right? Because the objective, what's the pain point that you're solving for your customer? The objective is to have this pipeline of business where you're not concerned about the revenue side. Let's move to letting our concerns be something else other than down times in the business. Look, all businesses fluctuate, right? As the seasons change, spending changes, right? So Nike is for sure to see an upsell in business during the spring and summer months, right? And so if it's particularly in the Midwest, East Coast, Northeast area of the country. And so when people can't go outside and do sports for Nike, and they saw that there was a dip in sales in the winter months, that would damn near put them out of business. They're like, man, we gotta come up with another offering. Let's come up with winter gear. Let's come up with winter boots, right? Let's come up with winter jackets. Like, that's the level. Excuse me. And it is a journey. It is a process. So what are you doing in your business to help fill that pipeline? You're going to have some ups and downs. You just don't want your lows to be so low that they take you out. So I'm talking to you from my own personal experience. This is the part of entrepreneurship that most people are not going to talk to you about because it makes them seem vulnerable. And nobody likes to feel vulnerable. But how can I help the people that are coming up with me next in line if I'm not standing in my truth about my experience as an entrepreneur, as a business? I don't know how many successful entrepreneurs you have in your family or in your community. I don't know. I can only name a couple. I can name a few. And very few of them were willing to share with me their tips, tricks, and secrets about business success. If I'm going to talk to you about the success, I cannot just talk to you about all the times when it worked out. Sometimes I have to talk to you about the times that I had to make it through when it wasn't working out. So you'll know what to do. You won't be blindsided like, why ain't nobody tell me it was going to get this hard? Like, why ain't nobody tell me I was going to have to deal with this? I'm going to tell you. In the beginning. And what's the beginning? First 7 years. It could be 7 to 10 years. First 10 years of business. There will be times when you're going to mess it up. You're going to muck it up. Okay? That's okay because you are getting your grounding. And there will still be some calibration needed, even in revenue and generating revenue. You want to get to a point where you're figuring out that process. So your business, you're waking up consistently waking up to new revenue to get to a point where your business is generating revenue while you go to sleep. I've experienced that a few times. Actually, today, woke up to a little something today. And I don't want I say a little something today. You know, when I first started this business, that little something was everything. Well, now, you know, I'm getting to the point in the business where that everything is so, it's our lowest selling product, right? And so I woke up to a little something. To God be the glory, right? But I want that to be consistent, right? You want $100,000 months consistently. You want $300,000 months consistently. You want $1 million months consistently. I hope that's not above your head to imagine generating $1 million in revenue. You decide if you want that to be gross revenue or net. But I hope that's not above your consciousness to imagine a $300,000 month in business or $1 million month in business. I do desire to get to at least 1 billion in my lifetime. I desire that. I'm not crazy for wanting that. What's it going to take? It's going to take getting through the tough times, and there will be tough times. So this is what they don't tell you about entrepreneurship, that it gets hard sometimes, and if you really want it, and illustrious, in the words of the illustrious Mr. Dr. Eric E.T. Thomas, how bad do you want it? Straight up. So pray up, get your meditation on, focus on hearing your customers and addressing their pain point. Double down on what you are offering, right? And when you do get the money, now that you've experienced a couple of downturns, you really just got to be super frugal with how you manage what you do get. And so you always got that nest egg. So if there's a downturn in the business, it don't hurt you so bad, right? And so it is my hope that this is the last cycle of downturn where I'm like concerned or worried. I'm not worried. Concerning is important. And why do you say I'm not worried? Because I'm booked enough business, right? I'm just waiting on these people to pay. I booked enough business. There's no lack of money. Money is not the issue. There is no lack of money. What's the issue? Is the processes inside your business. And so when it gets rough, you got to figure it out. All right, I know you got to get to where you got to go. I hope you found this helpful. You hear them bars? I know you got to get to where you got to go, but I hope you found this helpful. This is your man, Big Stu, Scott Steward, Professor Steward. Depending on how you know me, I'm going to go wash my face and get ready for my day. Until next time, you already know what it is. Peace.